Hello and welcome back to Pendor, and this is the series, of course, where we try to conquer it in 250 days. Now, we're here at Salvador Castle, where the enemy is going to sally out. Now, I'm very much hoping that this is... Wait a minute, where are they? Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's unusual. That's very unusual, actually, providing us with a huge amount of time to get prepared, to unleash massive amounts of volleys against them, I'm going to assume. I have no idea. This is a bit strange, but anyway, we're just going to charge everyone in, as you do. But yeah, this is obviously because the Empire, I think they probably have like a bunch of... Yeah, okay, they're actually playing this very, very smartly right now, as, of course, you might expect, they are indeed fielding quite a few crossbowmen. And that's obviously making a big difference. And it's still raining, unfortunately, so we are going to get that annoying sound distortion. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, we're going to get that annoying sound distortion. Hopefully you can't hear it as much as I can. These Shadow Wolves are just running in to die, so that's obviously great. Very nice. I like that. And let's try and see if we can get a couple of kills. Oh, nice. Yeah, we actually got some experience. Wow. Okay. Usually, the reason why I'm sounding so surprised is because usually I don't get that much experience. It's always very, very lucky if I do. And, yeah, it's kind of just like, well, random-ish. And we're very much hoping that, well, yeah, the main problem is that these guys have so much ammunition. And this is also the reason why a sally out against the Empire is actually kind of difficult to win against. Because they just stand here, you know? They just stand here for pretty large amount of time, and it's just basically very, very difficult to make it work. But it is indeed working, as you can see, and I think basically the best course of action for us to take in these positions, if we actually have this happen again, is to just send our infantry and our cavalry in and just leave our archers back for the moment, and then send our infantry, shall we say, send our archers in after that. That seems to possibly be the way to go, because I don't really want to have this situation happen again where we end up losing a Noldor, because that's exactly what happened. We lost a Noldor right here, just purely because of random chance. So, that's kind of unfortunate. But anyway, I am going to charge it again, because I actually think that maybe it's better that we just do this the old-fashioned way rather than the sally out, because if I were to abandon the siege right now and then go back in, I have a feeling that maybe the very large campaign from Ishkomen, because let's face it, they were besieging it, and they have just finished capturing it. So I just wanted to keep you updated on that as well. So basically what that means is they are now free to attack something else. However, this is very good for us. I know, it may seem like it is not good for us, because let's face it, having one of your fiefs get taken, probably not great, right? No, it's not. It's obviously not great. You never want to lose a fief. But in this situation, it's actually not bad, because they're probably not going to put a huge number of people in the garrison there. And even if they do, it's probably going to be around 100, 150 at maximum, I think. And so what we can then do is we can go straight on over there, and we can probably retake it relatively easily. And once we have retaken it, then it is going to be another sort of like rinse and repeat action for them, and it's going to take them a long time to pretty much do anything, because the AI, as I said, is very inefficient when it comes to sieges, and that is pretty much the only hope that we have of even achieving victory when it comes to this particular challenge. Because if the AI was as effective as we were in sieges, then we would have no chance. It would be very, very difficult for us. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? So I'm going to try to get a couple of kills with my bow here, even though my bow is absolutely terrible. I think I might just want to charge in. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. That is exactly what we're going to do. We're just going to go straight on in here, and I'm going to see if I can maybe... Yeah, we should probably try to get a couple of kills if I can. Nice headshot there. Nice headshot there. Okay. No, let's not die. Let's not die. Careful. Okay. I'm just gonna... Oh. I don't really want the Noldor to go up there first. Yeah, they're up there now, so I can't really do much about it. But if they die, then it's on me, you know. That's just how it's going to have to be, unfortunately. Well, there you go. He died. I shouldn't have said anything, you know. I shouldn't have said anything because as soon as that happened, I thought to myself, yeah, he's going to die. And of course, the surgery skill can't come into, you know, the surgery skill can't help us at all at that moment. Of course. What a wonderful situation that is. It would have been so nice if the surgery skill had just come in and just saved his life a little bit. But no. No. And there's a victory for us right there. I actually ended up getting 13 kills, surprisingly enough. And we do have some pretty nice upgrades for our people there, so that's actually wonderful. And now we can just move on. Now, we do have a pretty... Yeah, look at this. We've got some pretty significant people here. We can get these guys. We can get the Diaha archers. We can get... yeah, not really a big fan of anything else here, but... I guess we could get the Noble Riders, I suppose, and maybe the Dishar Raiders. We could get some Heretic Minions, because I do think they become Heretic Worshippers. Yes, they do, so that could be kind of useful as well. And I'm not sure if they get added to the thing here, but we're basically just going to give this a Lethal Durin anyway. And we leveled! We actually leveled! Wow, okay. So we're going to take a look at that. Oh, yes, look at this. Oh, yeah. Here we go. This is exactly what I was talking about right now. Okay, so 9 in Tactics, 9 in Pathfinding. Oh, yeah. Now we're moving around really, really fast. We are gaining significant battle advantage every single time we go into a battle. And, well... that is just fantastic. That's absolutely amazing. I have 91 Empire Armored Crossbowmen as well, by the way, so very much doing well there. Okay, so this is what's currently happening on the world map, as you can see, and Ishkomen has, of course, been taken. Now, the question is, do we want to go over to Relic Keep and attempt to take that before we go back to Ikishnomen, or do we want to go over there? That's the question now, because... I could potentially go there and see what's happening. I will actually see what's happening right now. Let's go and see what's happening, because they may have very few people in here, and I might just, oh yeah, look at that. 115, 118, whatever it is. And if they decide to come back, then that is actually fine. I don't have a problem with that. No, they didn't. Okay, so this is this is gonna be so easy. This is gonna be so easy. I just mark my words right now. Just mark my words. I have a feeling that if I say this is going to be so easy, that I am now cursing myself. So I will actually say now that I will probably end up losing an extremely high tier unit just because I said, oh, this is going to be so easy. What do you bet? Alright, so there it is. That was a super easy siege. I basically just stood outside because I didn't want to die or lose too much HP. I did actually get shot by a thrown weapon, but I didn't die from it, thankfully. Anyway, we did get 15 renown for that, which is pretty nice. And, ooh, piece of various loot. Okay, I like that. Nice. And we also get a handful of Heretic Worshippers. Ghazi Stalkers. Actually, what? We're getting those? Really? Okay, I'm kind of surprised about that. Yeah, well, I don't really know what to do with these. I think I'm probably just going to get rid of the Mercenary Armored Crossbowmen here, and we'll just take those instead. And then we can get rid of some of these Heretic Minions. We'll take the Noble Fighters, and then we'll go for a Ghazi Reaver. And I think that's probably going to be it. I don't see anything else that's really good here. I could be missing something, so just bear that in mind. I'm probably not going to be looking at it too closely, and otherwise we're just going to move on. I am probably going to be giving this to Lethal Durin, which is actually hilarious, because I think that personally he should have pretty much every single thing that we have here. With the exception of a handful of things, just so that we can give things to other people. And obviously we're going to be finding Sir Rain, Sir Alistair, and so on and so forth, and hopefully being able to recruit them. If the Tavern Keeper could get out of the way, I'll kill this guy. There we go. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's take a quick look in here. Do we have anyone here that can actually join us? No. The Adventurer could potentially join us, but not sure if I really want to do that. They do have pretty high wages. I don't know whether that matters, though. That's the funny thing. I don't know whether that really makes that much of a difference. So, yeah, we're just going to leave it. Okay, so we've taken Ishkomen, and we are now going to be, I think, moving on to Janos. I should probably have not taken Savador Castle, but the main reason why I was taking it is because I wanted to provide some kind of distraction for the opponent, because Janos, Ethos, etc., they are going to be my next target here. And if they take Savador Castle, then it's going to be fantastic. So let's move on to Janos and see if we can take it. These guys are going to come down here and try to take this, but this is exactly the reason why I did this, because it's now a massive distraction for them. Alright, so we did manage to achieve victory at Ethos here, and it took me a long time. That's why I didn't show you any of it, because it was literally just me standing outside the walls, letting my crossbowmen fire, because for some reason we didn't get a sally out. Not once. Didn't get any sally outs. So, very strange. Very, very strange. I'm kind of hopeful that we are not going to die here now, because the enemy actually has a pretty significant presence. They still have a lot of units still available. And, yeah. A little bit worried about that, actually. A little bit worried. But I think we should be okay. We do have some pretty good units of our own. Unfortunately, the enemy has really, really decent crossbowmen, as we know. So it could be very, very problematic if one of them hits me in the face. Nice headshots, nice headshots. That's pretty good. Can I... There we go. Okay, now we are going to be going into the keep. And this is going to be a big problem. If I get some really good companions to come in with me, then it's not going to be so bad. So if we're going to get, you know, for example, Kavera, Julia, I guess any of them, that's going to be fine. But if we don't, and we get people that are going to be very bad, then we might have some issues. Okay, no. We have some Empire Armored Crossbowmen here. That's it? Okay. Well, I guess that's not too bad, right? Yeah, it's not too bad. As you can see, we're actually winning this quite nicely. Okay, yeah. Whew. I was a bit worried about that for a real quick second. I thought to myself, we're going to have some issues, but no, we didn't. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so we can obviously let some of these guys go now. We can take... Ooh, that is nice armor. Okay, we're going to be giving that to whoever wants to equip it. And yeah, we're just going to sell that, I think. Just going to sell that. And look who we have here. We have Sir Roland. There we go. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm honored to make your acquaintance. Yes, I would like you to join me, but unfortunately I don't have enough people right now. Yes, I don't have enough space. So we are going to actually have some big problems here, because I actually took a bunch of people from there, and I was very much hoping that we were going to have a pretty decent time. I think we're probably just going to get rid of one of these. And he is actually going to be a vassal of ours. I'm just going to make him a vassal straight away. There we go. Nice. 8,000. Very, very good. And we can now make him a vassal. I mean, you can see his stats here. He has literally 6 leadership and 6 in tactics. He's got crazy good stats in general across the board. And so I think this basically makes all the sense in the world. So we're basically just going to be giving him... what are we going to give him? I don't really want to give him Naltar, because that's kind of the thing that I want to maintain as much as I possibly can. I guess I'll just give him a... Shaquilla or something like that. Yeah, just give him Shaquilla. And there you go. Now he can start amassing units and, you know, doing all that wonderful stuff that we know that he can do. And we're just going to continue increasing our power draw a little bit here with Adonia. I don't even know whether she even uses a bow. Is she even using a bow right now? I don't even know. Anyway, we can literally... Oh, I don't even know what to do right now. I guess spotting skill with him. I don't really know what else I can level up on him, to be honest. Okay, let's just get Anson down here. There we have it. Okay, so this is what it's currently looking like. Not too bad, not too bad. I don't even know how long has it actually been since the since the previous episode. I actually have no idea, but we are going to have to head on over to Janos in just a second. The only unfortunate thing about us taking Janos is that I'm pretty sure there is a very strong knighthood order there, and I'm a little bit worried about it, to be honest. Yeah, might be a big issue. Let's just see. Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, he's gone. Okay, there was actually a guy in there. That's the reason why I didn't go there, you know, beforehand. Because Agathon Legatus was in there, and I didn't want to fight him. Because he was 100% going to murder us. Alright, so now our ladders are ready. Let's do this. Oh, we're not getting any sally outs. It's actually kind of surprising. I guess it's because we have so many cavalry now. That might actually be the reason, because my cavalry, as you can see, yes, we have 21 cavalry currently in the battle, and I'm assuming that that is the reason why we're not getting any sally outs any further, which is very, very sad. However, that does mean that we now have to do these very lengthy sieges. I'm not sure if I prefer that. It very much depends. Lord Decimus knocked out by Lord Decimus. Apparently he decided that he was going to end things in a very grand manner. Yes, very strange. But yeah, there you go. He decided to do that. Anyway, let's just move our crossbowmen a little bit closer here. And I think we should be absolutely fine. I mean, we've already, as you can see, we've already eliminated 30 enemies. I don't think we're going to have too many issues. It's just going to take me a very long time. Oh, okay, wait a minute. They're actually trying to sally out now. Okay, that's very interesting. I don't know why they all of a sudden decided to do that. I literally just sallied out because we were, well, not sallied out. Obviously, I'm not deciding to do that, but I literally had to come back in because we ran out of bolts, basically, right? And I obviously don't want to charge in when there's a huge amount of pretty high-tier immortals in there, and I don't really want to fight that, if I'm honest. You know, I don't really want to go in there and just send our crossbowmen in versus something like that. That would be pretty terrible. Yeah, that is kind of bad, but bit strange, bit strange. We are going to end up losing quite a few people as a result of this particular sally out, but hopefully I'm not going to die myself. Oh! Oh, yeah! I need to tell people to charge! Oh, I forgot! Ah, yeah, that's my bad. That's my bad. I thought to myself, oh, yeah, no, we're going to be absolutely fine here. You know, this is going to be great because, you know, this is usually kind of easy, right? But I completely forgot that my crossbowmen were in a hold position. I thought that I immediately told them to charge, but apparently not. Apparently not. Anyway, it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, yeah, we are going to lose out on quite a lot of renown. Would have been really nice to get 100 renown here. That would have been pretty fantastic, but we have a pretty large army as it is. It's not really going to save us, you know, 100 renown here or there is not really going to save us at all. So just bear that in mind. The main thing is that we're eliminating a load of enemies here, and that's all I really care about. Alright, so there we go. There's the sally out completed, and indeed we are going to be rebuilding the ladders, and we'll see if we can maybe get another sally out. If we can get another sally out, that is going to be fantastic, because there's still around 500 troops in there. Yes! Look at that, we did. Okay, fantastic. So we're just going to tell our people just to charge straight on in this time, because you'll see how different it actually is if we tell our forces to charge this time, because of course our crossbowmen only have 2 bolts, I think. Yeah, two or three bolts, maybe 1 or 2, 3, I don't know. There's very, very few bolts basically, and if we tell them to charge in, everything is going to be very, very different, because our forces are going to be able to engage when they need to engage and when they run out of arrows, and it's just so much easier. Look, I mean, look at what's happening. You could see exactly the difference here, because beforehand my infantry and my cavalry were being completely and utterly obliterated in the center, but this time around my crossbowmen are actually helping them out a bit, and it is making a big difference. So that is, of course, great. And that means that I am now going to be getting a pretty decent amount of renown. I have to be careful still. I do want to be careful. I'm not actually wanting to, you know, end up getting myself killed randomly. That would not be very good. And it would be funny if I died from this guy, wouldn't it? Literally running in, fighting a skirmisher and dying instantaneously. That would be hilarious. But no, thankfully, no, that's not going to happen. Thankfully, we're good. And there you go, 73 renown for us right there. Okay, so we can now, I'm not entirely sure if we can go in and get another sally out. Can we get another sally out straight away? Or do I need to rebuild the ladders every time? Because as far as I'm aware, we need to rebuild the ladders every time. So let's just see. Let's just test it. Yep. Yeah, we do need to rebuild the ladders every time, but that's okay. Maybe we can actually make some inroads here. Like I said before, maybe it's actually good that we do this, because sometimes we can eliminate quite a few people, and then we won't have to deal with them later on. And or maybe we can just eliminate as many as we need to, and then just charge in and win. Alright, so we're gonna go in once again. I eliminated 136. Oh no. Okay, yeah. So the reason why I'm exclaiming oh no right now is because of the fog or mist. And I don't know whether you know this, but the weather does have a pretty dramatic effect on accuracy when it comes to ranged troops. And you can see here exactly how much it makes a difference. Yeah, I right now I would have gained about 10 kills in the first, 5 seconds of the battle, but in this case, we're not really getting that because the fog is causing huge problems. So I'm thinking right now that actually what we're going to do in this particular case, I'm actually just going to charge in. That's what I'm going to do this time. Generally, the weather does seem to have a pretty impressive impact, and I've had this once before in one of the battles that I did off screen, and it did not go very well. Let's just say, I mean, okay, wait, it didn't go badly, right? But the thing is, I could barely get any kills. That was the main problem. I couldn't get any kills, so I basically just had to be like, oh, okay, well, I'll just charge in. And then I figured out, oh yeah, well, I probably can't charge in because there are so many high-tier troops in the garrison defending it. And, well, they've all been killed now, thankfully, so we may, in fact, have a pretty decent-ish time now. So that's kind of a saving grace for us here. Alright, so there it is. That is indeed the victory for us right there. 25 renown. Obviously, that doesn't really matter, but it's good. It's nice. And 15 morale. I think the morale is actually the most important thing there, because obviously we are having quite a few Empire troops, and because we're, coming in and out of battles all the time, that isn't so much of an issue. But whenever we can get some morale, I'm always happy with that. Anyway, we're going to let this guy go because he does have a good personality. We're going to let them choose. No, there's apparently nothing here that is actually any good, so we're just going to let that go as well. And we are otherwise just going to be taking some things if we can, if there is any necessity to do so. Do I want to take some of these Dust Riders? I think I will. Do we have anything else here that really needs to be taken? They have a huge amount of Snake Cult units, as you might expect. We can take some Dashar Rogue Knights, some Noble Riders, I suppose. I don't really want to take anything else, to be honest, but I will take the Armored Longbowmen, even though I'm not a big fan of Sarlian units in general, but I guess that's going to be fine. Now, we are going to give this to Lord Roland, because he needs something, of course. And there we have it. Okay, that is actually really nice. Okay, good. Not bad, if I do say so myself, right? Not bad. Okay, so we have now taken quite a few of the Empire's things, and they're not very pleased about it. Let's just say that. I'm going to assume at least they're not very pleased. Let's just have a quick look and see what's actually happening here. Okay, so obviously they are... Oh no, they're not actually attempting to take Ishkomen anymore. Okay, that's quite strange. Not sure why, but they have apparently disappeared from there. So that's a bit strange, but yes, otherwise, we've taken Ethos and we've taken Janos, and that's just frankly because I have just been very stubborn. I've just stood in there, basically doing nothing at all, and allowing my crossbowmen just to do damage and then retreating and then going back in and then so on and so forth, and just rinse and repeating that. And that does seem to be paying off quite a lot. But yeah, it's not the most riveting thing to do in the world, so that's why I wasn't really wanting to show a huge amount of it, because it is literally just me standing there. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.